Well, now you're putting this on the internet.
Yeah. Hey there. I just wanted to give a heads up to the viewers out there. Just to let you know what's going on in the video.
I'm
So,
on the fence.
me and Killer were playing Minecraft and we sort of started having a conversation about movies and games.
You're on the fence about things.
So, forgive my son for crying in the background. We didn't know this was going to be
What the
recorded.
heck?
We
Oh,
were just kind of, having our games
you're
on.
upside down for a
But
second.
we started discussing a movie that is very special to
That's
both of
cool.
us. And that movie is titled Spider-Man 3, believe it or not. Um, but yeah, just stick around to see where that conversation goes. And I hope you enjoy. Forgive us for, yawning in the mic. This was recorded very late. And yeah, leave a comment. Tell us what you think. I don't know, cause like I said, I just feel like there's like the only games that would have a compelling story are the games where the character or like the main character doesn't talk, because you have incentive, I guess, to like not to like actually learn about what's going on.
Yeah, like in the Mortal Kombat movies.
Yeah.
Like they made a movie before they could even talk.
Um, in my opinion, I feel like the Mortal Kombat movie wasn't too. I don't know. Like I feel like it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't that good either.
Yeah, there's eggs over here. Turtle eggs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, not at the one that you have over there, the turtle thing.
Oh, damn.
Just some random turtles. Let me
What if
check it out.
they're? I was gonna say, what if their eggs are just spawning somewhere else?
Yeah, because I kind of breeded those ones to see if it was doing okay, and they just started jigging as soon as. Well, they walked away for a bit, and then they jigged.
I don't know. What can you think of?
Like getting a
Can
game
you
to
think
do a
of?
live action.
Yeah, like, is there any games that would be good live action movies?
Oh, I mean, some good movies to do live actions on are kind of basically already live action.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Resident Evil, they went on for quite some time, but
Yeah,
I did not like the movie. The first one was good. I'll say that.
but
The
like the
first one was good.
character, it was like on the Resident Evil movies were like of the game, but they're just some different kind of person.
Yeah, like it wasn't bad the first movie, but as soon as they got past the first movie, it wasn't great. Like I didn't enjoy Alice.
Yeah, I don't know. She was I don't know.
I know she had some like weaknesses and everything. Like maybe she fell down a couple times, but I
For
really
some reason,
like
she had like superpowers.
yeah, like I didn't I just don't like how overpowered she was.
One point she had clones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
I would say Resident Evil could have like a uh redo, I guess.
yeah,
But
but not like an actual character from the game.
yeah,
There's someone they just made up that has nothing to do with the game.
yeah. Like I feel like they'd do a lot better if they had people. I mean, like they tried to invite. They tried to involve Wesker,
Yeah,
but at that point it was just like a lost cause because it like the damage was already done. Like Wesker wasn't gonna change that movie at all in the slightest.
yeah, and they try to add like Leon and all that and Jill.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and it's just like yeah, like it's just like it's not gonna help anything. Like, it's just it.
Damage is already done.
Yeah. Fell down.
They could do Left 4 Dead. Because that
Left
doesn't
4
really have
Dead.
a story to it.
Yeah, I mean, but
It's just a zombie game that you can play.
yeah, I was gonna say like if you do Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead, I feel like would just be like another zombie movie trying to survive the zombie
Yeah, but with
apocalypse.
the zombies from the game.
Yeah, like it would
The
just be like
hunter,
introducing different zombies, and I feel like there wouldn't be any real, like it would feel like there's not as much real danger because the movie's called Left 4 Dead. Like they have to have 4 people,
yeah.
unless they lose somebody and they replace them with somebody else. But
What is there? What do you have like a
don't talk to my prisoner.
underground- I was gonna say, what do you? I was gonna say, what do you have like a chicken in your dungeon? But I was like, no, it's fine, not dungeon. But then you came down here. Don't talk to my prisoner.
um.
So you look at this straight up chicken and just throw the egg next to it.
I don't know.
The whole entire live action thing about games isn't that great.
Yeah, that's just like, it's just, how about this? We just talk about a movie idea that we come up with on our own. Just kidding. Can we make a better movie than everybody else?
In our imagination.
It's in our imagination, of course.
I feel like what people want, like they want something from a movie, like they want specific things in the movie.
Uh-huh.
But when it actually comes out, it's not that great.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I feel like when they're talking about like a game or a movie based off a game, like people want certain things out of it.
Yeah.
But sometimes, as we all learned from, as we all learned from the great Sam Raimi, sometimes people don't know everything about it, so they can't describe it in a movie that they're trying to make.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah, Spider-Man, like, you didn't know what Venom was. You didn't like the character.
exactly.
Like you didn't understand what to do with him, so you just put him in the movie because everyone wanted him in the movie.
Yeah, and like
they could have waited another movie.
yeah, like you have to if a director doesn't understand a character, you have to respect their opinion not to put him in there, because if you don't,
Yeah, just force the character upon him.
yeah, like if you do, like it just like it ends up being as bad as Spider-Man.
I don't know. I like Spider-Man 3. It's just
I don't. Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
it's kind of weird.
I don't mind Spider-Man 3. Like, it wasn't a terrible movie. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't all that great.
Fire dance.
Yeah, it wasn't all that great, but there was some parts of that movie that I did enjoy. Like, I enjoyed the movie for the most part.
That whole movie, the only character I kind of liked mostly was Sandman.
Yeah, like he was a relatable character. Like you can feel the emotion in his character. Eddie Brock is just some freaking piece of dirt. Oh, he's trash. I'm sorry, he was trash.
I know. He's trying to photocopy Peter's work of his own.
Yeah, so I feel like
His work as his own, something like that.
yeah. Okay, so if Sam Raimi did a movie that he wanted to do, and he did it his way, I feel like an arching story. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So
the third one just had like 3 villains in it, and it was
yeah.
overwhelming.
So I feel like that's the thing that that Sam Raimi wanted to focus on, because in the end, Spider-Man couldn't defeat Sandman
Yeah,
without Harry. Yeah, like he couldn't have done that without Harry. So if we had the same Spider-Man movie, that we got. We just took the whole Venom out of it. I feel like there'd be more time and space to get to know the relationship between Harry and Peter.
It's not like you said beater.
Peter, or like we'd get like an actual fight scene
Between them.
between the two. Yeah, like an emotional fight scene.
How you just bodied him in the fight.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't really a fight, if we're all honest here.
Yeah, so I feel like
Both the fights weren't really a fight because he just got hit in the head after. And then after that, he just got a bomb thrown at him.
that's what I was say. Like in the beginning, of the movie, I feel like you can keep that part in where Harry loses his memory.
Yeah.
And
then
what
for the
on?
next movie, then he gets his memory back, I guess. Somewhat.
Let's say I don't know though, cause if okay, so if they were gonna not redo, but if they took Venom out of the Spider-Man 3 movie, I feel like the best thing to do would be to not let Harry lose his memory, because then you have, because you take Venom out, you have because you take you take the Venom out, you have more screen time for the relationship between Harry and Peter.
Yeah.
To evolve. So like you have them, like you figure out what's going on and everything. You don't just like jump straight into a fight.
Yeah.
And then when they do fight, it's like yeah, maybe they have one or two battles. Peter escapes, because he's not gonna defeat him as easy as he did in the movie.
Yeah, like in the comics. Like in the movie and the comics, because like in the comics they have like one fight, he goes to jail, he gets out like way later.
Yeah, because like this is his friend, like this is a relationship that's been building since for like 2 movies. Yeah, for 2 movies, 2 whole movies, you have a relationship. You realize like what's going on. They have somewhat of a toxic relationship where, Peter's this nerd in the first movie. He doesn't really know how to stick up for himself or stand up for himself.
They both like Mary Jane.
Yeah, they both like Mary Jane, and they have that going for them in the first movie too. In the second movie, Harry's mad at Peter because he won't tell him who Spider-Man is, and by the end of it, he figures out like, oh, that's you. You killed my father.
Yeah, even though he didn't really kill his father.
Yeah, and then in the third movie, they kind of just like brush it all under the rug. So I feel like if you took Venom out of the movie, you have more time to help Peter realize, or help Harry realize, that it wasn't Peter that did it.
Yeah, like maybe in the movie it would have been like Sandman coming going the whole.
Yeah, like you have this like side villain who's Harry trying to fight Spider-Man. When he's not trying to fight him, he's Spider-Man's there trying to take care of the Sandman.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Sandman. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you have that, and then and probably like in the middle of the movie, somewhere in the middle of the movie, not as close as the end to where it actually was. Somewhere in the middle of the movie, Harry and Peter duke it out. They have a big fight. It's almost almost killing one of them, right? Yeah. So like one of them almost dies because of their fight. Just kind of almost like the movie actually played out too, but not severe. Or Mary Jane dies. Yeah, like Mary Jane tries to step between them and something happens where
they have like this little love circle thing going on.
Yeah, so someone dies or almost dies.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it has to be either Harry that almost dies, or it either has to be Harry that almost dies, or Mary Jane that dies, because that's the only way that it would stop, So in the perfect Spider-Man 3 movie, toward the end of the movie,
the actual movie was supposed to be about what's his name? Vulture. It was supposed to be about Vulture.
Oh really?
Yeah. Sam Raimi wanted to do Vulture, but Or no,
that
I
would
think
have
it
played
was
out.
the fourth movie was supposed to be Vulture. I can't remember. It was the third one or the fourth one.
Interesting.
Because like I think because like the fourth one was supposed to be like the Sinister Six.
Oh wow.
Because we already have Sandman. Well, if he wasn't in there. Oh no, because then Doc Ock is already dead.
Yeah, so if it's the third movie is taking out Venom, you have this whole fight scene between Peter and Harry. I want to get this. I want to get this through. I want to get through this. So Peter and Harry have a fight at the end, and I feel like the only way to, cause like they have to stop fighting. You know, they like one of them can't die. And I feel like the only way for that to happen is, like I said before, either Harry almost dies. So Harry almost dies, and Peter, almost crossing that line, Peter stops himself from killing him. And they sit down and they talk about things. Not talk about things, but you know, they talk it out. They realize stuff. Or that Carrie realizes, like, you know, like Peter realizes, like, hey, we shouldn't be fighting. We're friends. You know, like you're my best friend. You're like a brother to me.
His father was getting into his head.
Yeah, and then so they have a conversation, and then they go and they're like, okay, we're friends now. Or
at least it takes them a while to become friends again.
Yeah, or so I think at that point it would be either to like Harry's just out of the movie, not out of the movie, but like out of the fight. Like Spider-Man has to take on Sandman on his own.
Yeah.
Or
and then when it comes time, Harry will help him and they'll become true friends again.
Yeah. Or we go from that to where Spider-Man, Peter, and Harry. So like here's the thing. Like I feel like for it to be emotional, they have to not be in their costumes. Like they have to be Harry and Peter, not Spider-Man and the Hobgoblin. You know. It's like so Peter and Harry fight. Harry almost dies. Peter stops. Or Harry and Peter have a fight as Spider-Man and Hobgoblin. And Mary Jane's like, hey, you guys need to stop fighting. And in the middle of their fight, Mary Jane jumps in front of them. Or like in between them or something.
Maybe like Peter has like something to hit Harry with, and Harry has this board with the knives in it, or the glider with the knives in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going and it stops. You know, kind of like Sakura going in between Sasuke and Naruto with the Sengon and what was it called, Chidori.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
You don't know anything about that?
No, not really. But like that's kind of I haven't seen it. SSGS Killer has left the game.
Left the chat.
Yeah.